Right, welcome to this terrain tutorial. A short video here just talking about ways that you can enhance the pre-painted terrain sets from Gamemat.eu. So three ways you can do it. I'm going to cover it in this video. Really, I'm going to be linking you out to three separate videos that will guide you through the different processes involved. Gamemat.eu terrain comes as ready-made and pre-painted. This is the industrial terrain set here. There's loads of sets from there. There's also a ruin set across here we're using in the game we're going to be setting up soon. But just going to use the industrial terrain set as an example. So it comes to you ready-made and pre-painted. This is the kind of general colour scheme. It's all painted this kind of colour across here. So the first way you can enhance Gamemat.eu terrain is to paint it. Now, painting terrain can take ages, depends on what process and what methods you use. I'm going to link you a video below showing you how to paint and upgrade Gamemat.eu terrain in a very quick way. It comes pre-painted like a good base colour that will give you a foundation starting point, and then from that you're going to pick out just a couple of spot colours. So I've gone for corn red, that's this deeper red colour here, and then Avalon Sunset is this colour. So I picked out two colours. I then added a bit more metallic, so I added a bronze colour. You can see it at the foot of the building across here. So painted a bit of bronze straight onto this base colour. It's a nice colour for painting colours straight onto. So a bit of bronze just to change the metallics up. Two spot colours, and that's it. Painted those on, and then the tutorial will show you just some washes, and then all this detail across here. This can be achieved, this chipping effect that you can see, without using a brush. You can actually use sponges. And just quickly move around getting the effect. So don't be put off by thinking, well, I've got to paint the terrain if I'm going to enhance it. There really is, if you choose the right techniques, and I'll show them to you in the video, you can go for some very quick techniques indeed and move very quickly across the terrain. Literally a couple of hours you can move through an entire terrain set and completely enhance it and really just make it look that much better. There's also some weathering effects as well. You've seen some stain marks coming down here as well. That's all covered in that video. So the first enhancement that you can do is to paint it up, but don't be put off by the size and the scale. If you go by the right techniques, you can move through your terrain set very quickly indeed. And when you're picking your colours, think carefully about what kind of colours you want to use. Depends what mats you have, what colour scheme you want to go for. This comes through to a very sort of neutral kind of brown. You can go in all different directions with the colour scheme, bring in any colours that you want. The other mats that I have, there was grimy, earthy, brown colours going on with those, and so I picked out these colours here to match in nicely with that colour scheme. So keep that in mind, what colours you choose to match in with your battle mount or gaming board that you're using. Whichever colours you go for, the process is the same. There are some very quick techniques that you can use. So step number one is painting. Step number two, to really get Gamemat.eu terrain into the 40K universe, is to do propaganda posters. It's such a simple touch and really good fun. So for example, this container here, I've enhanced it by painting. Add it up in my colour scheme here, done some chipping effects, really getting it into a war-torn battlefield look. But then to bring it into the realm of Warhammer 40,000, some simple propaganda posters like this one here. So like a guard poster. I've even put posters on the side of some of these barrels here, like so. And it's such a simple thing to do. So I've got another container here. There's another poster. As soon as you bring on recognizable artwork, it then brings your terrain into the realm of Warhammer 40,000. So I've done a tutorial for the posters. You can check that out. I'll link that below. Very straightforward. These are just made out of normal paper. Printed on inkjet. You could use laser printing as well, just printed at home. There's a few techniques to putting them on properly, and there's some weathering techniques and so on as well. But check out that video. It's a tutorial for propaganda posters, and the source for these, you just Google it, Warhammer 40,000 propaganda posters, and you'll find a load of designs, a lot of fan artwork, but also posters that have actually been produced by Games Workshop, and you'll find them out there on the web. So you can look those up. Get a hold of the images, print them out, scale them however you want. You can go smaller posters, larger posters. You can go for really large billboards that I've done here, like these propaganda posters here. And it really turns this terrain, because it's not official Games Workshop terrain, but you want to create that 40k feel, not just sci-fi or futuristic, but you want it to feel like Warhammer 40,000. And a very effective way of doing that is introducing propaganda posters. They're easy to get a hold of, easy to produce, and that gives you that nice 40k theme. So that's the second way, the 40k propaganda posters. And then number 3, a great way to enhance Gamemat.eu terrain is these walkways. So use them in a number of ways. Now these, I'll put a tutorial link in the video description below. The same tutorial will show you how to paint, or how to build and paint these walkways. Same process for also making these chain link fences, which are great for city fight. Been using on the channel really since near the beginning of the channel. And also the same process will show you how to make these billboards as well. Same materials, same process, same painting. And again, they're a brilliant enhancement to any board for Warhammer 40,000, but they're really good for enhancing Gamemat.eu terrain in a number of ways. The walkways, for example, you can make them separate, like so. They're made from material, the rods are from a material called Plastruct. Architects use it for model building. You get these I-beams, H-beams, and so on. And then the mesh that you see, which is brilliant scale and very easy to work with, it's aluminium car body repair kit, which you can get on eBay. And it gives you these sheets of mesh that you can literally cut with scissors and then put into position, combining with the Plastruct to give you these structures. These walkways are great. They're fiddly enough to build. In the tutorial, I'll show you how to make them. It's great to hear the feedback from people that have put them together. I've seen photographs of people that have been using them in their games, and those that have been doing it have really seen the benefit of taking these. For example, you can use these to stretch between terrain pieces to give your boards another level, a second level, a third level. You can work your way up. But terrain usually that you'd have to scale down, go down it, move across, go back up. You've now got the ability to run across these walkways. You can make them all different shapes and sizes, longer ones, shorter ones, and they're just a neutral rusted up metallic. They'll go on any board, city fight, jungle, desert, wherever these can be used. So once you've got a set of these, you can just use them on any of your boards. But they're great for connecting your terrain together and spanning across. And you can create walkways spreading all the way around the battlefield, just connecting up to different places. And that's just giving you a second level. It's great to have a board where you're fighting across your board, but to have it upstairs, another level, or another level on top of that, just adds such a great dynamic to your game. So the walkways are straightforward enough, fiddly, but once you've mastered them, you can just build a whole set of them. I've even gone on to build ones like this, like square ones, which I could use to fill out a whole area, create a larger platform. So just creating a nice bit of variety of these, for whichever board setup you have. So those are great. Massive fan of those. The same process can be used then to make the fences. Same materials, same idea. Just model barbed wire. Games Workshop, I'm not sure if they still produce it. It's still available from them, but they used to do it. They may still do it. But you can get modeling barbed wire. You can pick that up. A number of companies do it. Probably find it on eBay as well. But that's just that finishing touch on top. You can use these kind of things just to connect to the buildings. To run fences off of your buildings. We often do for our games. And I built a set of those, a long piece and a shorter piece, just there. And the same process can be used to produce the banners, which again can be parked on top of terrain just to give you that extra height, create that nice Warhammer 40,000 feel. And then the other way to use the walkways is to actually attach them on. These are built and glued onto the actual terrain piece. So if you see the terrain piece here, comes to you pre-made, but there's not too many areas for models to sit on comfortably. The terrain piece is great, but with walkways, I've built some like stilts sticking out here, built some walkways, and then super glued and modeled them onto the terrain piece. So now instead of this narrow area and a few areas around here models fall off, I've got a nice large walkway area on top of this terrain piece. And so I've enhanced the terrain by making it so that some models can sit on top. Now a whole load of models can go on top of there, and it gives me a great platform as well to run off my connecting walkways also. So you're lifting up your terrain, you're getting one layer, and then you're building a second layer, even a third, and just keep going up as you add more terrain on top. Creates also, you'll get more out of it because you can put terrain pieces on top. Is now a possibility. Without the walkways you couldn't have done that before. So just creates more opportunity for builds, more figure friendly as well. That's a lot more dynamic for models running around on top of the terrain in your games. So that's the three processes and the three ways you can enhance terrain. So you can take a standard terrain set that comes to you pre-painted, pre-made, ready to go, but then you can change the color scheme around, add some more realism to it. That's the first way, painting out the terrain. The second way is to bring in these propaganda posters, which will take your Gamemat.eu terrain and then bring it into the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Just an easy touch, simple thing to do. It's either with posters or by doing these like billboards as well. And then the other way to enhance your terrain physically, to make it more practical, is these walkways, either attaching them on or creating these spanning walkways that you can use to connect your terrain pieces together and just add that extra level to your terrain setups. So those are the three enhancements. I'll leave links for each one in the video description below. Feel free to follow those links and copy those terrain tutorials. It's one of them, two of them, all of them, to enhance your terrain sets from Gamemat.eu. You'll also find a link for Gamemat.eu in the video description below. Wide variety of battle mats and terrain sets available from them. You'll also find a discount code for 11% off across the store, and they are shipping worldwide. Keep a lookout for more terrain tutorials on the channel. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.